guys, good morning. All right, so I am going live again today. This is a series that I'm doing just on the daily about questions that changed my life. So these are in turn questions that could change your life too. Hi, thank you for joining. I see you joining. Nice to see you. Nice to be here with you on a Sunday morning. All right, so today's question, this question is, when you were a child, what was something that you loved doing that brought you great joy? So let me tell you the backstory on this one. So I was sitting there, a group of moms, and we're all sitting there and everybody's chatting about, how their lives basically revolve around their kids. You been there? So, it's like, okay, well, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about us. What are our hobbies? And you feel everybody kind of joke a little bit, but they're like, does running my kids to all of their sports activities count? You're like, no. You're like, does work count? You're like, debatable, but probably not. If it's not bringing you great amount of joy, it's like, okay, and then everybody kind of starts going down the, I would love to go get a facial or a mani or a pedi. And you're like, okay, but is that really a hobby? And so it wasn't until I actually asked the question this way, what is something that when you were a child brought you a great amount of joy? And when I asked that way, everyone kind of sat there for a minute. You just felt the shift happening. It was quiet. And all of a sudden you start seeing these grins kind of take over people's faces. And they're like, man, I really loved playing volleyball when I was a kid. Or it was like, man, I really loved playing the violin when I was a kid. Or man, I really loved every Sunday I would go over to grandma's house and we'd make this cookie recipe. Whatever it was. And it was so beautiful because it was like this moment where there were a couple things that happened, right? And I'm looking, there were a couple things that happened. It was like, the first thing is it gave us all an opportunity to actually in some sense, come back home. This really, truly, deeply remembering a piece of who you are, maybe even who you were meant to be. The other thing that happened is joy became so tangible in that moment. It wasn't something we didn't have to manufacture joy. It wasn't so far. It was literally held in this moment that we could recall and that is available to us anytime, anywhere. Wherever we go, we can tap back into this moment. And then the third, really powerful piece of this is that the things that happen when we actually do those things and apply that knowledge. So, okay, hey, I just came to the knowledge that, wow, thinking about playing volleyball really brought me joy. So we just gained that knowledge, but then when we actually action it, and you go and you grab a volleyball and play volleyball with yourself or with your kids or whatever it may be for 3 minutes, the amount of joy that just pulsates through our body, and then that ripple effect that happens in our lives. It's real. So I noticed how powerful this question was. I actually started sharing it on stages. And if you don't believe me yet, what I will say is when I asked this question, when you were a child, what is something that brought you great joy? And I sit with it and I watch the audience sit with it. What always happens is these small grins start coming across people's face. And it's for all of the things that I mentioned. They realize that this joy is sitting in their body. It's this coming home. It's this, that it's so accessible and that it feels so doable to do those things again. So I don't know, pick up a violin, pick up a volleyball, go make the cookies, whatever it is. But for you, I just want you to sit there and I want you to think about, okay, when I was a child, what is something that brought me great joy? And just sit with it and allow it to bring the smile on your face. And then the challenge would be that sometime this week, actually go do that thing. Gift yourself that joy that will ultimately ripple effect through your life for the rest of the week. So thank you for being here. Like I said, this is a daily series I'm doing at least for a few more days, just where I'm sharing questions that changed my live. I would love for you to get on Instagram Live with me. I'm going live at 8:30 or 8:30 Mountain Time. Goodness, I haven't had my coffee yet today. 8:30 Mountain Time, at least for the next couple days. And really, if this is stirring something for you, my permission to change activation might be your next step too. So just get in my DMs, and until next time, bye.